Hello, wonderful people. Welcome back to this wonderful channel where we dey bring you back-to-back information on the happenings where they happen all over the world and the land of Biafra, to be precise. I greet you, all of us of freedom all over the world. If this is your first time of joining us on this wonderful channel, my wonderful people, the only way you can appreciate the work we are doing here is by subscribing to our channel. Also, like, share our news and on your notification button so that whenever we are dropping news, you will be the first to collect it. Let's go down to the news proper. The information reaching us is that P2B has sent message to US government asking them not to take side with TINUBU. They should wait for court to decide before saying anything. And one thing you need to understand is that these Western countries are very hypocritical, in taking their decisions because they go on the side of power. Because as long as Africa is concerned, they make gain from Africa. They gain a lot of things from Africa. So they do their best to make sure that they follow the man who is on the throne, and they don't care whether Africa is falling or rising. What they care for is the gain they are making from Africa. Imagine Nigeria that has oil, crude oil, dump of crude oil, home of crude oil, a land blessed with crude oil. But Nigeria does not have a refinery where they refine oil. They export this thing to these Western countries. And they will now go back there and buy it from them. After the white man must have refined the oil, extract all the things in there, because in crude you have so many things. When you break it down, you get gas. You break it again, you get fuel. You break it again, you get kerosene. You break it again, you get tin. All those things that are inside it. And you can imagine a country that has all these things. They don't even have a refinery, and they are begging. Nigeria is moving around, going to beg. They beg China. They beg World Bank. They beg US. What kind of country is this? Where leaders without sense. And this is what these Western people like. They want Africa not to have a good leader. So even if P2B is thinking that they will support him, I don't think that these people will in any way support P2B, because they want leaders that do not have sense, so that they will be able to be swindling Africa's wealth. Once they see that you have wisdom to stop what they are doing in Africa, they will never support you. They will never support you. That's this white people for you. Once they see that you have wisdom, they will term you arrogant, and they will decide to make sure that you stay on the ground all the rest of your life. They don't want anybody that will know what they know. Meanwhile, let's go down to the news proper so that we see what P2B is saying to American government. You know, the other day that the U.S. Secretary of State sent message to TINUBU, the president-elect, congratulating him. He also told him that America will make sure that they work hand in hand with him to bring a better governance. Since they have been working hand in hand, what better governance have they brought to Nigeria? Tell me, what better governance have they brought to Nigeria? What better governance have they brought to Nigeria? Anama agbapụta n'ụzọ gbue, agbaba n'ọfịa jụọ onye egburu. Alomelo. Meanwhile, let's go down to the news. P2B, the candidate of the Labour Party in the 2023 presidential election, has criticized the U.S. Secretary of State, Anthony J. Blinken, for calling the president-elect Bola Tinubu. In a series of tweets on Friday, Obi said since Tinubu's victory was still being challenged in court, the U.S. should have waited for the outcome of the litigation before responding to political developments in Nigeria in a manner that faintly suggests taking sides. He said there is still a lack of clarity on the basis of the U.S. Secretary of State Anthony J. Blinken's call to APC presidential candidate Bola Ahmed Tinubu on 16th May 2023. The most fundamental tenet and core value of democracy is the rule of law. Nigeria's democracy is founded on this principle, which the American people hold dear. Without the risk of interfering in Nigeria's domestic affairs, the US-Nigerian relationship should be guided by the core values of democracy. Above all, Nigerians expect that the US responses to our affairs should be based on mutual respect, shared ideas, aspiration, and interests which ought to transcend the consideration of any individual. Contextually, the willful manipulation and falsification of will of Nigerians as freely expressed during the February 25th election cannot be overlooked by the true friends and partners of Nigeria. It is thus of overreaching importance that a beacon of democracy like the United States should not respond to political development in Nigeria in a manner that faintly suggests taking sides. There is an evolving political and judicial process around the last presidential election in Nigeria. We expect the United States to await the full resolution of the ongoing judicial process before tactically conferring legitimacy on any of the contending parties. The final determination of the true winner of the election can only be made by the relevant courts of law. More so, the issues in judicial contention imply far-reaching violation of both the Nigerian electoral law and the Nigerian constitution. So my people, I don't see as it happen waiting P2B they try tell American government say they should have waited for the final result of the court of law. The court should have give their final verdict before the US should start taking side. And if you look at it, you find that the Secretary of State, the Blinken, is indirectly taking side with TINUBU. He's indirectly taking side with TINUBU, and this is not how a government is run. If you people say you are Americans, you are the West, and you believe so much in democracy, then why will you now be coming in Africa to be spoiling things? It's more like spoiling things in Africa. Yes, this matter, the citizens say that they do not accept the outcome of the election. The two parties involved say that they do not accept the outcome of the election. Meanwhile, the American Secretary of State have moved, even before the court conclusion, to congratulate Bola Ahmed Tinubu, which is very wrong. He should have waited. At least he should have waited for May 29th, maybe after the inauguration. Whatever he's doing now, we will know that, okay, yes, Nigeria by themselves have decided, the Court of Justice of Nigeria has decided. Of course, we know that Nigeria is a sovereign nation, that America will not interfere in their matters. But word of mouth matters a lot. Because now, the Secretary of State to the US have congratulated Tinubu, telling him that they will work hand in hand to bring a better democracy in Nigeria. Meanwhile, the democracy you are talking about is still in the court of law. The parties refuse that they do not accept the outcome of the election. The other side refused that they do not accept the outcome of the election. Meanwhile, you have moved ahead to start congratulating the president-elect, of which you know that the case is still in court, that the court is yet to conclude on the matter. So if you look at it, it seems as if the US is now taking side with Tinubu, and there is a kind of this is a kind of manipulation. I'm telling you, it's more like manipulating things, because now even if the person that the judge, the way Africans are afraid of white people, the judge in the court might somehow be afraid, since the US have approved this thing. Then what about him? Of course, you know that the Constitution of Nigeria is a replica of what is happening in the US, and also the Nigeria system of government is a replica of that of the United States. You go and look at it. The system of government, the rule of law, and everything is that of United States. Nigeria copied everything that is happening in the United States. So I think United States also should give Nigeria that respect in order to be able to uphold the rule of law. Let them wait. After the conclusion of the court, they can now make their comments. Meanwhile, if this is your first time of joining us on this wonderful channel, please go ahead and subscribe, like, share, and also remember to on your notification button so that whenever we are posting news, you will be the first to collect it. God bless you for listening. Thank you.